Install motion sensor lights in hallways and near stairs. Place night lights in your bedroom and bathroom. Add non-slip mats inside and outside the bathtub. Replace chairs that are too low or too soft with ones that have strong arms for support. You're not giving up comfort. You're creating an environment that supports your independence. And clutter? It builds up slowly. Old newspapers, shoes in the hallway, laundry baskets left in places they don't belong. One moment of distraction, one step in the wrong place, and a fall could lead to weeks in recovery or worse. Make tidying up a part of your daily routine. It doesn't have to be perfect, just safe. Now let's talk about stairs. If you live in a home with stairs and find yourself holding the rail tighter than before, that's your body's way of telling you it's time to assess. Consider installing a second handrail if you only have one. Or think about relocating your bedroom to the ground floor if the stairs have become a struggle. There's no shame in adapting. There's strength in acknowledging your needs. Bathrooms are another hidden risk. Wet surfaces, soap on the floor, or even bending down to pick up a towel can be dangerous. A walk-in shower with a sturdy bench and handheld showerhead can be a game changer. If that's not possible, use a shower chair. And don't forget to keep your essentials at waist height. You should never have to stretch or bend in ways that might throw you off balance. Let's not ignore the kitchen either. Reaching high cabinets or lifting heavy pots can pose risks you may not have noticed before. Store everyday items within easy reach. Use lightweight cookware. And if you ever feel dizzy or unsteady, sit down to do tasks like chopping vegetables or mixing ingredients. You're not slowing down, you're being wise. Many older adults worry that making these changes means they're losing control. But in truth, it's the opposite. The more you adapt your home to your needs, the more control you maintain over your life. You're choosing safety. You're choosing freedom. And please, don't wait for an accident to happen before taking action. Prevention isn't dramatic. You won't see it in headlines, but it's life-changing. It's what allows you to continue doing the things you love, in the space you love. You've likely lived in your home for many years. It holds memories, love, and comfort. But it's okay to acknowledge that what worked 10 years ago may not work today. Aging doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. And wisdom means preparing, not ignoring. Talk to your children, a trusted friend, or even a professional home safety assessor. Get a fresh set of eyes to help identify risks you might overlook. Sometimes we get so used to our surroundings, we stop noticing the little things that could harm us. If money is a concern, remember that many changes are inexpensive or even free. Rearranging furniture, securing cords against walls, or moving heavy items to lower shelves costs nothing but effort. And that effort could save your life. And don't let pride stand in the way of safety. Using a cane or walker around the house isn't a sign of defeat. It's a sign of strength. It's a declaration. I choose to keep moving. I choose to stay independent. Take the example of Eleanor, who at 84 lived alone in the same house she'd called home for over 40 years. She loved her garden, her books, and her quiet afternoons with tea. But one slip on the bathroom floor left her hospitalized for weeks. After she recovered, she made changes, not because she was afraid, but because she was determined never to let a small fall take away her freedom again. Today, Eleanor lives the same independent life, just safer and wiser. That's not a loss, that's a triumph. Your story can be like Eleanor's, full of grace, resilience, and practical steps forward. All it takes is a willingness to adjust. Safety isn't a restriction. It's a path to freedom. You don't have to live in fear, but you must live in awareness. Every corner of your home tells a story. Make sure it's a story that supports your strength, not threatens it. And if you're watching this video, it means you care. You're already taking that first, powerful step toward protecting your life and your independence. You're not just watching, you're learning. You're choosing to be present, proactive, and empowered. So as you sit in your favorite chair or sip your evening tea, take a mental walk through your home. Ask yourself, where can I make things safer? What can I change to make sure I stay here, in this home I love, as long as I want? Because you deserve to live not just long, but well. You've come too far to let something as small as a rug or a dim light threaten your peace. Let's talk about something deeply personal, your health. Now, we often associate health with medicine and hospitals. But real health, the kind that supports your independence, is built every single day through small, consistent choices. And one of the biggest mistakes people make after 80 is letting go of their health routine, thinking it's too late to matter, or assuming rest is better than movement. But here's the truth. Your body may change, slow down, or ache in new places, but it is still capable of growth, strength, and healing. What it needs most is consistency and care. The first thing to avoid is skipping regular checkups. After 80, routine medical appointments aren't just suggestions, they're lifelines. They help catch small issues before they become big problems. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart concerns, even changes in memory. These are things that sneak up quietly, and only regular visits can catch them early enough to act. So many seniors wait until something hurts. They wait until they feel dizzy or lose weight or can't sleep. But health isn't about reacting, it's about staying ahead. Think of your doctor not as someone you visit when things go wrong, but as your partner in keeping things going right. Then there's medication. After 80, it's common to have multiple prescriptions. But managing them isn't always easy, especially if instructions change or memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. One skipped pill, one wrong dose, can have serious consequences. Avoid guessing. Use a pill organizer, or better yet, set reminders on your phone or a clock. Ask your pharmacist to explain medications in simple terms. Keep a written schedule on your fridge or beside your bed. And don't be afraid to ask questions. You have every right to understand what you're putting in your body and why. But health isn't only about doctors and pills. It's also about how you live day to day. Don't stop moving. That's one of the most dangerous habits you can fall into. Spending long hours sitting in a chair, watching the day go by. Movement doesn't have to mean intense exercise. A walk around the block, light stretching in the morning, gentle chair yoga, or dancing in the kitchen to your favorite song. All of these keep your blood flowing, your joints flexible, and your mind engaged. Think about how your body feels after a short walk in the fresh air. There's clarity, calm, energy. That's your body thanking you. It's never too late to move. And when it comes to food, don't neglect nutrition. As appetites change or energy dips, it's easy to slip into the habit of eating less, or eating whatever's easiest. But food is fuel. You need real nourishment. Make it a point to eat balanced meals, vegetables, lean proteins, fruits, whole grains. You don't need fancy diets or complicated recipes. Just simple, real food that supports your heart, bones, brain, and muscles. Don't eat alone if you don't have to. Isolation during meals leads to rushed or skipped eating. Invite a neighbor, join a community lunch, or even share a meal over a phone call or video chat with a loved one. Eating is more than nutrition, it's connection. And hydration, don't overlook it. As we age, the sensation of thirst becomes less noticeable. But your body still needs water. Dehydration can lead to confusion, dizziness, and even hospital visits. Make it a habit to drink small amounts throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Keep a bottle within reach and refill it as part of your routine. Sleep is another cornerstone of health. Avoid the trap of irregular sleep schedules or long daytime naps that disrupt your rest. Aim for quality, not just quantity. Keep your bedroom dark and quiet. Avoid screens or large meals right before bed. If sleep problems persist, don't brush them off. Talk to your doctor. And finally, protect your mental and emotional health. It's easy to assume that sadness or forgetfulness is just a part of aging. But that's not true. Mental well-being is just as important as physical strength. Stay mentally active. Read, do puzzles, listen to music that stirs your spirit. Keep a journal. Express gratitude. Speak with a counselor or therapist if you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or lonely. Avoid withdrawing from life. Avoid telling yourself, it doesn't matter anymore, because it does. Your health matters. Your joy matters. You still have so much to live for, and so much life to give. Remember James, who at 87 felt his body slowing and began to think, maybe this is just how it is now. But after a gentle push from his daughter, he started walking every day, just 10 minutes around the block. He began keeping a food journal, started calling friends more often, and even planted a small garden. That garden gave him purpose. The walks gave him strength. And the food, that gave him energy to keep going. Today, James says he feels 10 years younger, not because time reversed, but because he refused to give up on his routine. That same power lives in you. Your health is not a lost cause. Every good habit you adopt, even today, adds strength to your tomorrow, keeps you independent, keeps you confident, and it reminds the world that 80 is not the end. It's another beginning. So don't neglect your health. Nourish it, honor it, celebrate it, and most of all, protect it, because you deserve to feel strong, steady, and alive in your own body. Not just to survive, but to thrive. There's a quiet kind of danger that often goes unnoticed. One that doesn't bruise the body, but slowly wears down the soul. It's not visible like a fall or as obvious as a forgotten pill. It's the creeping weight of loneliness. And if you're living alone after 80, this can be one of the most difficult challenges to face, and one of the most important to overcome. Human connection is not just a luxury. It's a need, like water or food or sleep. We're wired to share stories, laughter, and even silence with others. When those moments become rare, it can feel like the world is shrinking. Days stretch longer, nights feel quieter, and even the smallest decisions, like what to eat or when to rest, start to feel heavier. Avoiding social isolation isn't always about being surrounded by people. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. And if you're feeling distant from others, let me assure you, it's never too late to reconnect. Never too late to make new friendships, deepen old ones, or rediscover joy in the people around you. One of the most common mistakes seniors make is assuming they're a burden. They stop calling their children because they're busy. They avoid inviting friends because they might say no. But this mindset builds walls. It isolates you, and over time, it convinces you that solitude is safer than connection. That's a trap. The people who love you want to hear from you. They want to know what you had for lunch or how your roses are blooming. Your voice, your stories, your wisdom, they matter. Reach out. Make the call. Write the letter. Invite someone over for tea. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. Communities, both offline and online, are more welcoming than you might think. Local senior centers, churches, libraries, and hobby clubs offer so many opportunities to meet people who understand and share your interests. You don't have to attend every week. Just start with one visit, one new face, one warm conversation. It's enough to open a door. Technology can also help bridge the gap. If you've never used a smartphone or video call, now's a wonderful time to learn. Many communities offer free classes to teach seniors how to use these tools. Imagine seeing your granddaughter's smile live, or chatting with an old friend from another city without leaving your favorite chair. These little moments build connection. They help you feel close, even when miles apart. Don't fall into the habit of silence. Speak up when you're feeling lonely. Tell someone. Loneliness thrives in darkness. But when we name it, it starts to lose power. You don't need to be strong in silence. You can be strong by reaching out. Remember Ruth, who after her husband passed away, found herself staring at the walls of her home with no one to talk to. The TV was always on, but the silence between the programs felt deafening. One day, her neighbor invited her to a weekly book club. Ruth hesitated. "I haven't read in years," she said, but she went anyway. And what she found wasn't just a group of readers. It was a family of voices, laughter, warmth, and belonging. Ruth found her smile again, not because she escaped grief, but because she allowed herself to be surrounded by people who listened, understood, and cared. That's what connection does. It doesn't erase sadness. It simply reminds you that you're not alone in it. Volunteering can also be a powerful way to stay socially engaged. Whether it's helping at a local food pantry, knitting blankets for new mothers, or mentoring a young student, giving your time and wisdom helps others, but it also heals you. It gives your days meaning. It lifts your spirit and keeps your mind active. Avoid withdrawing from life. Don't let the walls of your home become the walls of your world. There's so much more waiting outside, if only you take that first step. Even simple routines can help keep you connected. Say hello to your mail carrier. Chat with your grocery clerk. Sit outside and greet your neighbors. These small interactions are not small at all. They're reminders that you are part of something bigger. And let's talk honestly about grief. Many people living alone after 80 have lost someone. A spouse, a sibling, a friend. That pain is real and it deserves space. But it also deserves healing. Avoid locking your grief away. Speak of your loved ones. Share their memories. Light a candle. Write in a journal. Grief doesn't disappear, but when you give it room to breathe, it softens, and in time, it can even give birth to deeper empathy and connection with others who understand. Don't believe the lie that aging is about disappearing. It's about shining in a new light. Your presence still matters. Your stories still inspire. Your laughter still warms hearts. You may live alone, but you were never meant to live disconnected. So today, make a promise to yourself. I will not isolate. I will not hide. I will not shrink. You deserve to be surrounded by love, kindness, and voices that lift your spirit. And remember this, connection is not just good for your soul. It's good for your health. Studies show that people who stay socially engaged live longer, with sharper minds and stronger hearts. So don't wait for someone to knock on your door. You have the power to open it. Every hello, every shared smile, every conversation you start is a thread that weaves you back into the fabric of life. Your thoughts shape your reality. The way you speak to yourself, the way you see aging, the way you view your own worth, these are the invisible forces that either carry you forward or hold you back. Many people over 80 begin to think in terms of endings. I can't do that anymore. I'm too old to try something new. I've already lived my life. But that thinking becomes a cage. It quietly drains your energy, dulls your curiosity, and shrinks your world. But the truth? As long as you are alive, your life is still unfolding. You still have chapters to write, even if they look different than before. The key is to avoid the trap of believing that your best days are behind you. Instead, ask yourself, what brings me joy today? What can I learn, no matter my age? Who can I help? How can I make this stage of life meaningful? That's not fantasy. That's power. Your mindset matters more than your mobility. It matters more than how fast you walk or how strong your hands are. Because when your mind is filled with hope, gratitude, and resilience, you wake up with purpose. You make different choices. You feel different inside your body. Avoid negative self-talk. Avoid comparing yourself to your younger self or others your age. You're not here to compete. You're here to live in your own way, at your own pace, with your own grace. Take pride in the small victories. Getting out of bed with determination. Preparing your own meal. Taking your medication on time. Calling a friend. Laughing at something silly. These are not small. They're signs of life being lived, fully and consciously. And when hard days come, and they will, don't see them as signs of weakness. See them as part of the rhythm of life. You've survived heartache, setbacks, and storms before. You will get through them again. One of the most dangerous things you can do after 80 is to stop believing in yourself. To stop imagining possibilities. To give up on joy. So don't stop dreaming. Don't stop making plans. Don't stop growing. You might want to take up painting. Learn the piano. Write your story. Plant tomatoes. Volunteer at a library. Host a tea party. Travel to that one place you've always wondered about. Whatever it is, big or small, if it lights something in your heart, it matters. Avoid living in the shadows of fear. Fear of falling, fear of memory loss, fear of being alone. Yes, those fears are real, but they are not more powerful than your will to live. Prepare wisely, yes, but don't live in fear. Live in focus. Live in courage. You have something many people don't. Perspective. You've seen the world change, you've seen yourself change, and yet, here you are, still trying, still growing, still curious. That is your superpower. So remind yourself, I am not just getting older. I am getting wiser. I am not disappearing. I am becoming more visible to myself. I am not winding down. I am waking up to what really matters. And what matters is this: Safety, health, connection, and purpose. When you protect those four things, you protect your independence. Let's end where we began, with your home, your health, your heart, and your mind. They are yours to care for, and with the right mindset, you can live these years with pride, freedom, and joy. 80 is not the end of anything. It's the beginning of something beautiful, if you let it be. You're not alone. You're not forgotten. You're still here, and that means your story is still being written. Thank you for staying with us all the way to the end. If this video touched your heart or helped in any way, remember this: you still have so much life left. Go live it fully, one beautiful, strong, empowered day at a time. If this inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today.